Yeah. So, well, I mean, really, I can kind of just run through the guys that are playing still. David Spacek and the Sherbrooke Phoenix, round one sweep, and they last night completed the sweep of Drummondville in round two, so they are 8-0 with the fucking playoffs so far. He's just doing his thing out there. I think he's got 7 points down those 8 games. He's a +7. Not just in the power play too. Again, so he's played really well, and that team just seems destined to make a big push here for the Memorial Cup. Them and Quebec. Hunter Haight, they're on the verge of being swept by Sarnia, who's just absolutely loaded, but I thought he played all right. He played really well in that first round. And Winnipeg, they're on the ropes. They're playing Moosejaw, and Moosejaw has kicked the shit out of them a few times. Lambos is playing very much in a defensive role against just a loaded Moosejaw forward group between the guys that got drafted last year, plus their back end scores too. So he's only got a handful of points here. After they swept, they kicked the ever-living dog shit out of Vancouver in round one. But he's been utilized very much so in a defensive role, again, just because Moosejaw, they are just loaded up front. And again, it's the playoffs, so he's probably logging 28, 29 minutes every single night. And overall, he's just been solid. Only a couple points. I think he's at like 2 assists in the 8 games that they've played so far in the playoffs. But again, he's just kind of been their rock because they are heavily relying on him, basically do everything. And then Kamloops, they, like I said, they swept Vancouver. I think they scored like 37 goals in those 4 games. Bankier lit it up in round one. I think he had like 5 goals. He's got 12 points now. They are also now kicking the shit out of Portland. So he's already up to 5 goals, 7 assists, and 7 playoff games. They're up 3-0 in that series. Last night was like the first close one where they actually went to overtime and still won. He's had Bankier's had a few games where he's either been first, second, third star of the game. Masters, the points aren't necessarily there just because they've got Owen Zellweger now, who is like at 2.75 points per game since he went to Kamloops as a defenseman. He is unbelievable, dude. But Masters is just doing his thing. Not really getting a ton of power play time, obviously. Not getting as much looks in the offensive zone as he was before Zellweger, but I mean, what are you going to do? Still probably playing 25, 26 minutes a night and just kind of being a stud. I think he's got like 3 points in 7 playoff games, but yeah, I figured we just touch on them real quick just to kind of give everyone an idea of what's going on there. Petrovsky, they got the shit kicked out of them in round one. So yeah, the CHL guys, they're doing the thing. Again, fucking Kamloops is looking like they might shit kick everybody on their way to the Mem Cup, but they'll have an interesting matchup wherever they get, either Red Deer or Saskatoon next, and then whoever the fuck comes out of the O. But yeah, the CHL guys are just doing their things, other than poor Haight and the Saginaw Spirit just getting the shit kicked out of them right now. Sarnia is loaded. I didn't even realize. They are unbelievable. Sasha Postyav is lighting them up.